Hello, hello. I'm super excited to be today as a member of the Raíces Collective here in KUNM Radio, featuring this special show in Studio 505. It's the first time I'm doing it, so please have some compassion, listeners, if anything goes a little messy, but I don't think so, because I think we're very well prepared. And I'm super honored to introduce you the Sephardic Borderlands Ensemble. We are talking about a group that is just forming.
Yes.
And that we also know a little bit about their story, because I think you guys started with the Sephardic festival, right? That was part of what gave you the motivation to start through this project and this research. Is that right?
Absolutely. We started about a year ago just learning this music. We had done our DNA, and our DNA said some of the members, we saw that we have Sephardic ancestry, and what exactly does that mean? And then we started looking up songs and listening to them, and we love the sounds of the songs. So we've just become the Sephardic Borderlands Ensemble, and we're very happy to be learning this new music for us. Beautiful sounds that sort of began to develop after the Inquisition in Spain, where people were exiled. They went to Turkey, the Ottoman Empire, and they came to the New World, like many of our families here in New Mexico. And so it's pretty new to us, but we're having great fun learning this music and what the songs mean.
For the people who is not very familiar with the story of the Jewish people, so there is a big branch that is called the Ashkenazi, who are living more in Eastern Europe, and there was another very big branch that was called the Sephardic Jewish people, and they were living in Spain before the Arabs came in. When the Arabs came in, they stayed there, but in around 1,500, like before the invasion of the Americas, the Arabs were expelled, and together with them, Jewish people, right?
Absolutely. And so Sepharad in Hebrew, that's a Hebrew word, and it means Iberia, because at that time it wasn't even Spain. So Spain doesn't develop its identity until this time, like in 1492, where it takes on this identity of being a Catholic nation. And so many changes took place.
And Jewish people was there even before the Romans.
Yes.
So they spoke this language called Ladino, right? Which
Absolutely.
Is like ancient Spain.
Yes.
Ancient Spanish,
And you can hear some of those sounds, similar sounds here in New Mexico, in the Southwest. My family's from South Texas, and many of those folks traveled. They came across on a ship, and they went through the port of Veracruz, and from there they went across, and they worked in the mines, or they worked as pastores, as sheep herders. And that industry came right here to New Mexico. So you see the weavers in New Mexico, and because of the sheep that came with them, we now have a weaving industry in this area. So many things passed through and came right here to the borderlands.
I know we have a lot more to talk, but I also know that some of you are in a little bit on a clock. So just the last thing to mention, Leila, who is talking, and Leila Flores-Dueñas and Carol Vigil were previously called Las Flores del Valle, and they were focused in música fronteriza. Is that right?
That's right.
Before the ensemble that we are having here today.
It's just a different one. We have two ensembles.
This is another project.
Yes.
All right, so let's go if you're ready with the music, and then we keep talking.
Okay, this first song is called Hija Mía, Mi Querida. So it really illustrates the relationships in the family and how important family is. So here's the mother saying, hey, don't throw yourself off of that ship for this guy that you're in love with. Because look, the sea is in fortuna. The sea is turning, and it could take your life. So be careful. And then the daughter answers back, and she says, I don't even care if it takes my life. It's very dramatic. So, Hija mía, mi querida.
mía, mi querida man, aman, no te eches a la mar, que la mar está infortuna, mira que te va a llevar, que la mar está en fortuna, mira que te va a llevar,
Que me lleve, que me traiga man a man, 7 picos de hondor. Que me engruta peche preto para salvar del amor. Que me engruta peche preto para salvar del amor.
Lilla mía, mi querida man, aman, no te eches a la mar,
Que la mar está en fortuna,
mira que te va a llevar, que la mar está en fortuna, mira que te va a llevar,
que me lleve, que me traiga man a man, 7 picos de hondor.
que me engruta peche preto para salvar del amor, que me engruta peche preto para salvar del amor.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, so let's introduce each one of the members of the Sephardic Borderlands Ensemble from left to the right. So we have on the mandolins Carol Ibarra Setter. Hi, Carol.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Hello.
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, bien, muy bien. ¿Un poco nerviosa?
Sí.
All right. It's part of it, right?
Sí.
All right. Do you want to share a little bit of your musical background, if you're part of any other project? How did you meet these people?
Yes, I'm a recent addition of the ensemble. I've been here for less than 10 days, so I still need to get a lot of practice. Besides, there are professional musicians, and I'm a linguist by education, but also working at UNM in community engagement.
All right, all right. And do you have many years playing mandolin?
I started playing when I was 9, but then I stopped at 18, and then for a long time I didn't even open the case of the mandolin, so I'm just reintroducing myself to the mandolin, so thanks for your patience.
All right. And the last thing, do you have any connection to any like Jewish lineage? I wonder because of your last name.
Yeah, well, this actually Lebanese, but Leila did my my ancestry, and she found that that I have some relatives. Also, the brother of my grandma used to say that his dad was from Spain, but he was Jewish. And of course, my grandma, very Catholic, she would say like, "Oh, don't say that. Don't talk about that." They didn't want to talk about. So I don't know. I didn't meet my great grandpa, so mystery.
All right. And is mandolin an instrument that you find often around the Sephardic music, or it's like an innovation that you guys are doing here?
It's an innovation as the Borderlands. Yes, they play more with the oud or laud.
That's right.
But they also play with the bandurria, which is another kind of oud.
All right. It's the one that is played in Portugal also, right? For
Yes,
fados, I think.
and they have different kind of chords, but it has some of the same sounds. Some of the same, yes, like the strings. It's very similar. I was like, okay, because I have one, but maybe in the future I can start learning how to play that. And it kind of sounds similar, and it's played in a similar way.
Yeah, it is a beautiful addition, and to me, it really sounds like if it was always an instrument part of the Sephardic ensembles.
Thank you.
All right, so we have to the right Mario Febres. You are flamenco guitar. Are you from Albuquerque, born and raised, Mario?
No, actually, I grew up in York, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay, okay.
I came out to New Mexico for school in Santa Fe, and then moved down to Albuquerque. A long time ago now. Probably I think it was 2006.
Was music school what brought you here? And were you were always interested about flamenco, or it's something that you found out later?
I mean, from a pretty early age. I guess when I first started, I was in a punk rock band with my brothers, and I just played that type of music. And then a band that interested me had like not flamenco, but a similar sounding guitar introduction. So I got more interested into it and started studying it my senior year in high school, I believe, or just before, and would go to Baltimore, the closest place that I could find a dance studio, to learn a little bit about the history and the basics, I guess, of flamenco guitar.
All right. Yeah. Well, flamenco can go very punk sometimes, right?
Oh, yeah. For sure, without a doubt.
And you know these guys, Rodrigo and Gabriela, that they do this blend between like heavy metal and flamenco, but always acoustic. Have you listened to them?
I have heard of them, but I don't know if I've ever actually heard any of their music.
They're gonna be soon around here. I think Lensik is bringing them.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're gonna be in the area. Check them out. They're really good. They're really good. And also, you've been in Spain also to study, to like improve all your flamenco skills, right?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I studied abroad when I was doing my undergraduate degree years ago, and then just recently I got back, I guess in March, I think it was, finishing a master's in flamenco music in Madrid at La Música Creativa there. And then I guess the whole program was about a year and a half, 3 cuatrimestres.
Are you part of any other project right now here in Albuquerque or anywhere else?
Well, I play primarily with the National Institute of Flamenco, and they have a dance company, Hastros, that I played with for a number of years, and many shows with them. And then they have a big festival every year. I think it's the 39th year this year here in Albuquerque, and they bring all these incredible artists. So I play there and at Tablao, at the Hotel Albuquerque. I teach at Tierra Adentro Charter School, which focuses on flamenco music and dance and visual arts, as well as all normal academics. For a number of years now, I've been teaching there.
All right, so I can tell there are many chances to see you around being part of other projects, right?
Yeah, mainly accompanying dance when I do other things, but yeah.
All right, beautiful. So in order to keep going with the music and to keep the time, our schedule, let's play the next song, and then I move through interviewing you guys.
Okay, sounds good. So the next song is La Rosa Enflorece. It's also called Los Bilbílicos. It is a Turkish song. So when the Sephardic diaspora began to spread out, this is one of the songs that came about by Sephardic people. And it says that in the month of May, this is when the rose begins to bloom. But it's also a time of great sadness. I suffer from love. And you can hear the bilbílicos cantan, so they're the nightingales. They sing, and they're making us lose our breaths for love, and it kills me. Esa pasión me mata, and so this is like, come paloma. In Ladino, it's palomba. Come palomba, give me a message of love. So La Rosa Enflorece.
La rosa enflorece en el mes de mayo. Mi alma se escurece sufriendo de amor. Mi alma se escurece sufriendo de amor. Los bilbilicos cantan susurrando del amor y la pasión me mata, Ushigua mi dolor y la pasión me mata, Ushigua mi dolor. Más presto ven paloma, más presto ven a mí, más presto tú mi alma, que yo me voy a morir, más presto tú mi alma, que yo me voy a morir. La rosa enflorece desde mayo. Mi alma se escurece sufriendo de amor. Mi alma se escurece sufriendo de amor.
So much. This is the Sephardic Borderlands Ensemble. You are listening to KUNM. This is Studio 505. Tonight we're having the honor to be as a member of the collective, the Raíces Collective. I am DJ Agua. I have the honor to be interviewing this new group, this group that is just getting started here. And thanks to the research about the history of a people that is usually forgotten, which are the Sephardic Jews, or they were called crypto Jews here in New Mexico, and they're definitely part of the make part of our culture and identity in some ways. So, do you want to introduce the next song, and after that we keep talking?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so the next song is called Adiós, Querida. Goodbye, my loved one. And this song, so with the Sephardic diaspora, when people had to leave, they were leaving Spain and the Iberian Peninsula around the 1100s and then the 1300s. And then in 1492, for sure, everyone had to be a converso or get out. So they had about 3 months to pack up all their belongings and to go. And they all got on ships and they left to different places. And some of them, of course, came here to the New World. And this song, it can be seen in two ways, where it's like saying goodbye to my home country, but it's a pretty strong song. And it says, "Goodbye, my loved one. I had no idea that you were going to ruin my life so much." And then it talks about your mother gave you birth. And when she gave you birth, she took the world from you. So it could be also to a partner or a lover, and but it says, but the one thing your mother did not give to you was a heart, and she didn't teach you how to love anyone else but yourself. So this is like a heavy song, but it is in Ladino, and because this music traveled everywhere, you can hear the song in Mexico. You can hear it in Argentina, so today, or in Colombia, or of course in Europe in different places, and Greece and Turkey, Bosnia. So, but today we're going to do it more like a little bit of a milonga from Argentina.
Yeah, that's what I heard, that you said like, okay, let's do the milonga. I was like, what? Are you guys also doing milonga?
Yeah.
All
so
right.
This is Adiós Querida.
Adiós, querida, no quiero la vida, me la amargaste tú. Adiós, adiós, querida, no quiero la vida, me la amargaste. Cuando te parió y te quitó al mundo, corazón ella no te dio para amar segundo, corazón ella no te dio para amar segundo. Adiós, adiós, querida, no quiero la vida, me la amargaste tú. Adiós, adiós, querida, no quiero la vida, me la amargaste tú. querida, no quiero la vida, me la amargates tú.
Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you're listening to Studio 505. Today we have a special show. This is an extension of the Espejos de Axtlán that we did yesterday on Monday. We are pre-recording it, so this is going to be aired on Tuesday. But on Monday, we're going to have the members, organizers of the Sephardic Festival. So what we are doing now is bringing this opportunity to the Sephardic Borderlands Ensemble to do a very nice recording instead of having you just playing while we do the interview in our regular studio. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're listening to this extension made by the Raíces Collective. I am DJ Agua, and I'm afraid it's time to let you go, my friend.
Sorry to have to leave.
All right, so Mario Febres, tocador, guitar player, flamenco, one of the flamenco rock stars of Albuquerque.
Yes, I agree.
It was an honor having you here. Thank you so much
The honor
for
was all
coming
mine.
in.
Thank you so much.
Mario will be playing with us at our concert for the Casa Sefarad, which is the Festival Sephardi, on May 24th at 7 p.m., I believe, at Nahalat Shalom on Rio Grande Boulevard. So we're very thankful, Mario, that you've been with us.
Thank you.
If you listeners are listening to this and you're interested in knowing more about the Sephardic Festival, just go to the 2 weeks archive and you can go to Espejos de Axtlán, which was done on Monday. Let me see the date. It's going to be Monday the 11th, and click on 7 p.m. and you're going to be able to listen everything about the Sephardic Festival, where the Sephardic Borderlands Ensemble will be part of. But the festival lasts for 3 or 4 days, right? 3 days. All right. Well, let's keep going with introducing the rest of the members of the group. I would like to introduce now Adam Horowitz. Did I say it right?
Yeah, that works.
Horowitz?
Yeah.
All right. How would you say it? Sorry.
Yeah. Horowitz.
Horowitz. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, and you're also a new addition. Well, I mean, you're everybody new. The group is new, but it is very interesting to see an accordion player as part of the ensemble because, yeah, traditionally in Sephardic music, we don't see a lot of accordion, right?
Yeah, although you see the accordion in all parts of the world, so it has a way of creeping in.
That's right. It really goes well with every kind of music, even with non-Western music. And Sephardic music, in a way, it's not very Western, right? It sounds more like it has like a lot of similarities with Arabic music and with flamenco.
Middle Eastern influences there.
Middle Eastern, that's right. Also, part of the the Sephardic people was generally the diaspora living in majority Muslim countries. So they kept their music and their food and their dressings linked to the cultures that today we consider Arabic or Muslim, Islamic. Thank you, Mario, so much. All right, and Leila Flores-Dueñas, who is in charge of history, the spoken person of the group, and the vocals and the bass, together with Carol Vigil on the vocals and guitar. Yes. And you are also part of the Flores del Valle, right?
Yes. Together, Carol and I play rancheras, New Mexican music, a lot of New Mexican music all the time. Mostly in museums and private parties, and we can hear a lot of the sounds of the music that we sing. That's also you can hear it through the rancheras, and you can hear it through the huapangos. There are just a lot of songs that we get to hear. So I've been a professor at the University of New Mexico for 28 years in the College of Education as well as in the Department of Chicana and Chicano Studies. And all along, I've been a musician with Carol. I met her here 26 years ago, and we started playing music together. She had a mariachi group, and I started playing with them. And then it's evolved over the years. We do a lot of type like hermanas genre. We call it an hermana genre because there are these duets that a lot of people are singing that you can hear on the redes sociales or social media. But I've always, even though I was a professor of education and then of research in Chicano studies, I've always played music on the side. It is my gig. It is my part of my home. My parents taught us to appreciate Mexican music. My father was a singer. My grandfather was a jazz musician in Mexico and then came on up to South Texas. And so music is a long, long, long history in my life. And so you just kind of find a way to have a balance of your professional life as well as the arts. And a lot of my research is based on the arts, the importance of the arts in our schools. I believe that it's part of who we are. And now I understand how it's such a part of the Sephardic people, my ancestry, that what we call convivencia, the importance of coming together. And I think it's why we're such fiesteros. Yeah. We have to have a party. We have to have gatherings. That's what we do with our families, and it's the most beautiful time in our families. And so this music, I think it just turns into an extension of what that is. But now understanding better, and for me, learning that my ancestors, I can get back to the year 24 because they kept such good records of who had who were the people that were burned at the stake in Mexico City. I have a lot of family members there. I can see also in Spain and Andalusia, which of course all these sounds are from Andalusia, that lower western region of Spain. And so these are the songs we love. They sound very much like the huapangos we love, these kinds of sounds. So, and at the concert, we'll be doing a lot of those different kinds of, we'll be mixing this music. So I'm happy to be here. It's an honor to be here at Studio 505.
I am more than happy, and I hope our listeners are listening attentively because there's a lot to learn with you, with this music. And I don't think there was any, before you guys, any group that will do something that we could call the New Mexican Sephardic music, right? That's sort of like an innovation.
Yeah.
I think there have been some individuals, but some of them have passed away. We found out about them at Nahalat Shalom, where we have been going to the once a month Friday night Shabbats, and we have learned about that there have been others. But in terms of having a band in a group, I don't know of anybody else. Yeah.
And it was your DNA research what brought you to the Nahalat Shalom congregation?
Yes, actually, somebody in our, I play music with the Son Jarocho group, the Colectivo at the University of New Mexico. And they invited us. We were invited to go to Nahalat Shalom for a Dia de Muertos celebration. So we went. And we took a song, and it happened to be La Rosa en Flores, but we took a Joan Baez song, and she was singing that song in English.
Oh, okay.
So we're like, wow, that's what this is. Okay. And then ever since then, we've been asked to bring a song. And we've been doing it now.
It started growing that way. And the DNA had a lot to do that. By the way, I'm Carol Vigil. I'm lifelong New Mexican. I'm from Belen. And so I grew up in Belen on a farm, on a sort of a compound family farm. My cousins living all around the property and that kind of thing, and my grandparents there too. And I grew up, after my grandfather died, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother because I would have to go across the field to her house
and spent some time with her because she was alone. So during that time, my story with her is in terms of having any knowledge of Sephardic or something different other than Catholicism, was that we would do the rosary every night. That's part of what she did. She was ultra-Catholic, that's what I call it. And but she did some things that were really different in prayer and some of the ways that she cooked and the way she spoke, the language. But I was young, and so I didn't question anything, but I noticed. And it didn't all come together for me until we took our DNA. We went to Nahalat Shalom, and we went to this particular service, and things with the music just really started to make sense to me now in terms of some of the customs that she used to do. She would never admit it, even though she did it, in terms of lighting a menorah, for example. It didn't look like a menorah, but it was placed like a menorah. And so I never got to see what that was. But there are little things here and there that I noticed. And so I noticed definitely in the music. And so when we went to church together, I started singing songs, mostly Mexican hymns, Spanish hymns. And that's how I got introduced into the music, was through church music, and singing with her. A lot of the alabados, a lot of the Spanish hymns are very Sephardic, very Sephardic, very beautiful. But I grew up anyway to play music, mostly country western music. I've played with mariachi music before, and Leila and I have sort of created our own sound, I think, with some of these little rancheras that we do. But I'm finding that Spanish, the Spanish language, my grandmother spoke it. She didn't speak English. So I didn't speak it, but I understood everything. So I can read it, I understand it, I can sing it, I can do everything. And I can speak it as well, but mostly I sing it. And it was the music at Nahalat Shalom in one of the services, the very first service I ever went to, that I felt it in my veins. I felt it in my blood warmed up. And I just kind of see it in my head as sort of just cupping my heart. And I didn't know what to think of it. I was having some sort of, I don't know, something happened in there. And it was this music. And I just went for it, and both of us did. And that's why I love doing it, and I'm going to continue to do it. I see that in the language of these songs, the Ladino, although I never spoke it, Grandma never spoke it, but she did. She did speak it. But we always grew up thinking that when we spoke Spanish, we were speaking it wrong. And now I'm looking at this, and I'm saying it's not wrong. It's Ladino.
That's right.
It's just pronounced differently. And so, I don't know, I'm having those, aha moments now.
It is funny because I see a lot of posts in social media about how the ways that people in rural areas in Mexico and in other countries in Latin America, that people make fun of the way they talk,
yes,
usually, and they link it to like ignorance and being uneducated. And in fact, the way they talk has to do with Ladino and with the ancient Spanish. I mean, Ladino was the ancient Spanish. And actually, I'm curious about that. Do you think, because I know that the New Mexican Spanish is different than Mexican Spanish, and it's definitely different than contemporary Spanish from Spain. Do you think Ladino and New Mexican Spanish are more or less the same? There are similarities or not that much?
I think there are similarities, but
my father was more from Mexico, more recent. My mother, the Gonzalez family in South Texas, they're the ones, like, it's very, very strong Sephardic roots that I can find in my DNA and genealogy. But they say things like Ancina, Aiga, Pader, Graviel, instead of Gabriel. And it is that. It's this ancient Spanish. And I used to tell Carol, man, your parents talk like my mother. Because my father would always say, hey, that's not how you say that. You know, se dice así instead of ancina.
Yeah.
And her parents, the same thing. But now with DNA, I can see that my ancestors came to New Mexico. I can see who they are, where they lived, some of them for a while, and then they moved. But they're here too. And so I can see that it's very similar. Sounds very similar.
And Ancina, it's a word that they use also, gauchos, you know, in rural Argentina. And it's like when you make a fun, you pretend you are talking like gauchos.
Oh, wow.
You use all these words. Yeah, it's so interesting. Yeah. So I realized I wanted to ask you a few more things, Adam. Are you part of any other musical project right now?
I sing, I write songs, I play with a friend, we do house concerts. It's a very different style.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
But music for me is on the side, and it's a very tasty side.
I can see that. And how did you get together with these people? Was through the
we met
Shalom,
a year, just less than a year ago at the Festival Sephardi last year, and
We went to one of your classes.
yeah, and you came later to when I offer nights of nigunim, which are wordless melodies more from Ashkenazi tradition at Nahalat Shalom. So we connected there too, and then got to talking, and I had this accordion, and they were getting this going. So I'm the friendly Ashkenazi accordionist in the Sephardic Ensemble.
We always sing with accordionists, always. So that it just made the most sense to us, and to get more that Middle Eastern and Arabic sound, we really felt like we could hear that. And Adam played in one of the services. Once we played the first service, and we're like, hey, we got to get him.
Yes.
And also in klezmer music is very popular, the accordion. Accordion,
Absolutely.
clarinets, feathers. Those are
And that's more the style that I'm familiar with.
right, yeah. And you definitely, I can feel that kind of sound in the songs that you played. And I didn't expect that it will go so well together with the Sephardic music. And also for
Carol, the same.
the same, yeah.
The same.
Yeah.
We knew that Carol played, she played the mandolin because we've known Carol for years and years and years and have met her family. And those sounds, you know, they're all from that area. And like on the playlist, those songs, they seem to have a lot of these same instruments that we're playing, but they've turned into what is the new world. It's very similar, but the scales, I think, are what sort of piece it together for
Right.
us. So we're really happy. So we can hear Greek music and we go, wow, that sounds Sephardic. And then we
Yeah.
can hear
Oh, yeah.
música árabe.
And Portuguese music.
And we love it.
yeah.
Fado, we put Fado on that list as well because it has some of our ancestors are from there as well.
Right. Yeah, also, I mean, Sephardic people was in Spain and in the Iberic Peninsula. Before that was Portugal or Spain the way we know it now. So they were like spread all around. So, of course, they're part of the fabric of... And Sephardic music was brewed together with flamenco and with many other traditional folk music from Spain, where you can listen that it doesn't sound so like Western music. It sounds like something else. So it's definitely the influence of the previous cultures that were there, which are present.
Yes. And as it comes to the New World, well, then it's also mixed with indigenous cultures and African cultures.
Right.
So a lot of those beats, a lot of our families, certainly in Carol's genealogy, mine and Carol's, that genealogy is also Northern Africa. And so you can... We're just hoping to find a percussionist to play with us.
Well,
Because we need that too.
I'm not a very good one, but I'm ready to learn more to be part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I play a little bit of derbuka, so yeah, that really goes. Yeah. All right, well, thank you, listeners, for tuning in. This is Studio 505, today in charge of the Raíces Collective. I am DJ Agua, your host. We have here the Sephardic Borderlands Ensemble, a new group that I'm sure you're going to hear more about here in the area because they're just starting and I think they're doing great.
Thank you.
And the first presentation, as you said, is going to be in the context of the Sephardic Festival, which happens annually in May, right?
May 24th
Every year.
is when we play.
Yeah, every year.
All right. The festival goes from May 23 to May
22 to 24.
23 to 24. So you're closing the
There
festival.
are many events
Yes, many.
at that time, the Festival Sephardi.
And
Yes.
it's really, well, we've been talking about that yesterday in the show with the organizers of the festival. We displayed disclose all the events and all what is going to be happening. However, it's a very welcoming community. It's really nice, and also Nahalat Shalom as a congregation, it's always around social justice, and it's a very welcoming space.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if there's anything else that you want to add.
I wanted to add that some of the songs right now, we sang these Sephardic songs, but we'll also be singing some other songs that have traveled around that have these similar sounds. And the goal of our presentation or our concert is going to look at the influences of the Sephardic music on this diaspora of the New World. And so there'll be music that comes from, and it'll be about identity as well. That's a big focus. And so we're very excited. And it's a good time to come and learn a little bit about this fascinating field. And I think it's just starting to happen because people are doing their DNA and they're finding out, whoa, I'm a lot more European, and I'm Baltic, and I'm all these things, and I don't know why. And it does help to explain what the history might be for different people. So we'll have some songs that are in Spanish and different rhythms for us. And we're very excited to work with this group. It is a brand new group. Carol, Adam, and myself, we've been playing together, but now we'll have, more musicians, and we're very excited.
Oh, I have one more question before we wrap up. So did you invite Mario to be part of the group, or he listened to you and he was like, I want to be part of it? How was this addition of flamenco, which is not new in Sephardic
That's
music?
right. That's
Definitely
right.
there are some Sephardic artists that are working on that connection with flamenco music, but not a lot actually, not a lot. So I think it's very interesting that you're doing that.
Yeah, it is. We sought him out. We asked people because we really like that. I guess I could call it a gypsy Sephardic sound, real gypsy and
From Andalusia.
From Andalusia, and so I thought let's just go out there and find somebody, And we happened to have a mutual friend of Mario's who is also a guitarist. And we called him and we said, look, we are looking for somebody who is a little bit familiar with Sephardic music and yet plays the flamenco guitar. And that's how we got Mario. He gave us the name, and we called him immediately. And we just met him yesterday, like face-to-face.
Oh,
anyway.
wow.
And it was lovely.
And you're already recording together.
Lovely.
Here we are. But we're also playing with Beth Cohen, and she plays klezmer music, and she's the cantor there at Nahalat Shalom. Incredibly talented, and we at our first rehearsal, her incredible leads. We're so excited because it's a huge feel about what the music is, what are the instruments, and it's not a perfect science because it's a diaspora, so people spread all over, and it was the women who kept this music alive in the home and caring for families, and they did it through music, so there's a lot of it.
And also, I believe that there's a lot of research done lately because somehow we know more about Ashkenazi Jews because they've been part of the bigger narrative. They've been more on the Western world, right? And as a diaspora, they spread out also. The immigration of them, it was a more recent immigration. So all the Ashkenazi Jewish people that arrived to the Americas. They came together with the Italians, with the Irish people, with the Scottish, with some Arabic people, with Spanish people, to all the Americas, right?
Right.
But with Sephardic, it is hidden because they were part of, in a way, they were part of the non-world, the non-Western world. So it's a world that we don't know much about. They were in Northern Africa, they were in the Middle East, they were even in India, in Iran, in countries that we don't know much as Western people, we don't know much about. And here in the Americas, they came as crypto Jews. They
had to be Catholic. They had to be Catholic, and they had to show very clearly. I have family photos, and everyone has a crucifix on them, and it's like a display of it at a photo, and it's 20 people in that photo.
By design, yeah.
Yeah. So that history has been denied to us, I would say, in the New World. But we're finding all these connections with Gado and everybody. You know, we're just, we're starting to realize there's a lot that we don't know about our history. We didn't start here in the 1500s in Mexico and in the Southwest. That's not how it went. It's a lot earlier than that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in, for giving us the chance to learn more about the Sephardic history and the music, and for sharing your beautiful work with us and with our listeners. This is Studio 505, today in charge the Raíces Collective, and we are very happy to have you here, and I hope we have you again once you're even more consolidated as a group.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, DJ Agua.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.